ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Carr now to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Off of play action, here's Lance. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big connection on that one, 33 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Lance going to keep it on the option. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Gano's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. And it may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And he's going to have a Broncos first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40.
And Derrick Henry with the ball in his hands, what a sight to behold, because power and speed involved in every touch for him. Coming off another spectacular season with the Titans, he became the first since LaDainian Tomlinson in 2006 and 2007 to win 2 straight rushing titles, and he did it with style, too. Just the 8th man to top 2,000 yards, and the first since Adrian Peterson in 2012. He has his sights set on another 2,000-yard season.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. Incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Carr going to throw. He'll air this one out deep for Sims. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cam Sims, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Point after try forthcoming. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Lance going to hold on to it. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Lance. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. DeMarcus Lawrence in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Throwing now is Lance. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And this one is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown.
Here we go. Here we go.
Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is now 10-7. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Henry again on second down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. Running from the gun with Henry. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. Carr going to go on 4th down. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
A first down carry for Henry. And they can't bring him down. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 52 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. And we were down on the field watching Henry warm up before the game. He's a big man. No wonder he breaks those tackles.
And you remember what I told you when we were watching? It's not all pads.
Yeah.
When you get him out of pads and just see him in a regular suit or an outfit, he is a huge human being and a lot faster than what people know. When he gets rolling, he's a lot to bring down.
Henry on first down, not finding much running room as he pushes forward for a yard or 2 at most.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
2 minutes remaining in the first half, 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On first down, it's Henry.
I remember watching Derrick Henry come out of Alabama and sitting with some scouts, and one of the debate points with him was, while at Bama, how often did he have to deal with contact near the line of scrimmage? They were so good up front that he often got to the second level pretty easily. I think he's starting to answer those questions with runs like that. He's a physical guy.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now a handoff to Henry. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. Lance now on first down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Taken in at the 11. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And we'll see what they want to do. Just 20 seconds remaining here before the half. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tied game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Second down and 8. Lance going to throw.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Second and 4.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
That's the type of run that Jonathan Taylor gives you so often, and you just can't take it for granted. He finds a way to get those extra yards. The third running back taken in the 2020 draft, but he had the best numbers by far of any of them. 1,169 yards, third most in the NFL, and by the last quarter of the season, he ranked among the best runners in the league.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Lance going to keep it on the option.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go?
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Tyus Bowser, give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
Flushed out right. Got some real estate inside the 30. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable third down.
To throw, it's Lance.
Incomplete, right side, the tight end Rudolph.
And he will have a Ravens first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now we give to Taylor. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor,
his first touchdown on the year.
And the Ravens have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
Gano the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Henry will get it. He's been busy today. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Again, it's Henry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 93 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action. Now Carr. DeAndre Hopkins making the catch. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Derrick Henry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Now a good running play here to start the drive. That'll net them 14 yards as they pick up the 1st. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much through the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Yeah, not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs. End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Lance flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle, feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 112 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
On play action, it's Carr, eluding the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Carr. They'll find Everett there, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Carr to throw. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. I see you nodding your head up and down. It's a very heady decision at this stage of the game. Out of the pocket, nowhere to go. Just get rid of it.
That's a smart play because you're not worried about your completion percentage, and you're also not trying to force it into bad traffic as well. Throw the ball away, live to fight another down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to the ground now. It's Henry. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll run it again with Henry. Pushes him over. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. He gets a good chunk of yards there, 8 all told, but they're still looking at a 4th down. They'll run. It's Henry. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. A give to Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. On 2nd down, here's Henry. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward, because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down forthcoming. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So this one comes down to the right foot of Sam Sloman. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this one is right through. And it'll be all smiles on Blake Street tonight. The Broncos have won it. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through, and they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Denver, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0, and they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2, and they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.